In the Seventh Kingdom, King Joffrey Baratheon was celebrating his name day when Tywin Lannister, the dwarf, interrupted the events. Tywin went straight to meet his sister and Queen Regent, Cersei Baratheon, where he presents himself as the hand of the king in the absence of his father. Tywin reboxed his sister for allowing Joffrey to execute Lord Ned Stark and losing his daughter Arya Stark. At Winterfell, Bran Stark suffers through complaint from his bannermen. Bran is distracted by his dream that he had, walking through the Godswood in his dire wolf's body. Under the red comet blooming, Bran, Hodor, and Osha are trying to retrace Bran's dream. In the east, Daenerys Targaryen has hatched the only 3 dragons in the world that will eventually grow into terrifying monsters that are capable of destroying the city. In distant north, Night's Watch has mounted an expedition beyond the wall to search for missing rangers and investigating rumors that Wildings has gathered in mountains. He stops at the keep of Wilding named Cresta to seek for shelter. Cresta's home is overrun with women. He married his daughters, who give him more daughters in return. One of the values in this scene: if you want to become a great leader, you should learn to obey first. Do you want to lead? Then learn how to follow. Women's slavery, poor treatment for women, refused of her rights. In modern day, according to Wollstonecraft, women are protected under civil and political rights. Women's rights evolve through time. On the island of Dragonstone, the island inhabitants gather on the beach as the Red Priestess Melisandre leads a bonfire. The housemaster, an old man named Creston, tries to convince Stannis' advisor, Davis Seward, that Melisandre will bring harm to their land. But Stannis refused to believe, as he trusts that Melisandre will deliver him power. Creston soon died as he tried to poison Melisandre. Meanwhile, Melisandre remained untouched. At the Westerland war camp, Lord Robb Stark has already known that Sir Jaime Lannister is Joffrey's true father, that Lannister killed Ned to keep his secret safe. Robb's mother wants him to trade Jaime Lannister for his sister, but it is not easy as it seems. Robb then asks his mother to negotiate with Renly to join forces against Joffrey. Back at the Seven Kingdom, as Joffrey has his throne room redecorated, Cersei approached, asking him to find Arya Stark, to be traded with Jaime along with her sister Sansa. Joffrey, who has heard about the rumors of his true father, asks Cersei about whether his father has another child with another woman aside from him. Cersei slaps him on the face and immediately realizes her mistake. She asks Peter Baelish to find Arya. During this scene, we see an interesting argument between Petyr and Caesar on the notion of power. Power is knowledge, and power is power. Sovereignty. Popular sovereignty, or the sovereignty of the people, is the belief that the legitimacy of the state is created by the will or consent of its people, who are the source of all political power. Contemporaneously, sovereignty became prominent in political thought through the writings of Machiavelli, John Locke, Jean Jacques Rousseau, and Thomas Hobbes. The holder of sovereignty. The holder of sovereignty possesses authority. The individual that holds sovereignty has supreme authority within a territory, which is probably the most important dimension of sovereignty. In the kingdom of monarchy system, the holder of the sovereignty must be the king. In social stratification system, the people who stand at the top of the strata have more authority than those at the bottom. For example, the holder of the sovereignty can be seen in the character of Joffrey in the Game of Thrones. Joffrey held the sovereignty when he got the title of Your Grace, and automatically he became the most powerful man in their country. Everyone must be loyal to Joffrey as the king of the kingdom, even if he's still very young compared to others. Everyone must be loyal to their king, even if they do not like it. And for the sake of their lives, the people of the kingdom must follow the rules and the orders, or they will be dead or face the punishment. The absoluteness of sovereignty. Absoluteness is an important attribute of sovereignty, which means that there are no limitations whatsoever on the sovereignty of the state. All associations and groups living and functioning within the state are under control of the state. I still take Joffrey as an example because he is making the order that nobody can disobey him, because he has power with zero limitations. Sovereignty is about the one who has a very powerful power and makes rules and orders. According to the Game of Thrones, Joffrey had a higher power that he used. Gender inequality. Definition. The status of women is a complex, multidimensional concept. Gender inequality or patriarchy is both ideological, the beliefs, norms, and values about the status and roles of women in a society, and structural, women's access to and positions within social institutions. Theory. Mary Wollstonecraft, Equal Rights for Women, A Vindication of the Rights of Women, 1792. Acknowledge universal civil and political rights for women within civil society. She called to constitutional reformers in Britain and France. Advocates political and constitutional reform to grant rights to women, including rights to own political representatives, instead of being arbitrarily governed without having any direct share, allowed them in the deliberations of government. John Stuart Mill, Equal Status of Women, Subjection of Women, 1869. Improve legal, social, and political status for English women. Argues in favor of equality of opportunity for women to hold offices or practice professions involving public responsibilities on the basis of individual merit and regardless of irrelevant and outdated considerations of gender. For example, women cannot be the ruler, Queen Regent Nelister, and Lady Stark. Moving on to the next argument of John Stuart Mill. Analogizes treatment of women with contemporary position of women in England and the historical situation of slaves in other societies to reinforce argument for equal legal status and treatment of women. For example, prostitute place run by Lord Baelish, or known as Littlefinger.